What is going on, summoners? GeekGhostGamerTop on the microphone. Get ready, because it is finally here. The brand new trailer for Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls, just dropped, and it is absolutely packed with hype. We got our first official look at the Knights of Doom, and they look unbelievably incredible. The developers have been in the kitchen, and the meal is finally served. But what if I told you the final, and maybe the most important, DLC character is hidden in plain sight at the very end of the trailer? That's right, everyone is losing their minds over this new villain faction, and for good reason. But they're missing the single biggest clue. It's a classic misdirection. Today, we're going to break it all down. First, we're going to look at everything we know about the revealed champions, these so-called Knights of Doom. After that, we're going to put on our tinfoil hats, because we're going to uncover the secret of the mysterious flame at the end of the trailer and figure out who is really coming to the contest to fight back against this insane new threat. The trailer opens not with a bang, but with this feeling of ancient cosmic power. We see the elders of the universe. The first, the promoter, is a woman in a dazzling, almost blindingly bright cosmic gown. She has the flair of a galactic game show host as she whimsically announces the coming tournament. She gestures to her companion, the champion, a towering figure dressed in a sharp suit with a gold chain, accessories, shades, and lemon pepper steppers. At first glance, he sits stoic, a silent monument to pure power. The promoter explains that the champion has journeyed from planet to planet, and then the champion himself announces that he is looking for who will defeat him in the contest of the champion. Any world that fails to provide a worthy challenger faces annihilation. Earth is next. This isn't just another street level brawl. This is a tournament on a cosmic scale. Then, the scene shifts. Dr. Doom takes center stage. But he's not alone. He has a new squad. A team with a name that sends a shiver down your spine. The Knights of Doom. And the roster? Oh man, the roster is just brutal. It's Dr. Doom, Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage. This isn't just a random assortment of villains. This is a curated team of absolute powerhouses, each bringing a unique brand of chaos to the fight. Let's break down exactly what we're looking at. First up, the leader himself, Dr. Victor Von Doom. In the trailer, he is exactly as you'd hope for. Regal, imposing, and radiating an aura of absolute authority. His armor, a blend of medieval plate and futuristic technology, gleams under the cosmic light and skyscrapers. The trailer immediately cuts to gameplay, showing a classic rivalry, Doom vs Iron Man, where Tony Stark relies on his advanced tech. Doom shows his superiority by blending science and sorcery. We see Doom's energy gauntlets overpowering Iron Man's repulsor blasts, and his target combos look incredibly smooth. His gameplay screams dominant zone control, and his assist shown in the trailer, a quick blast of energy, is perfect for extending combos. The highlight is a cinematic super against Iron Man, where he traps Tony in a prison of mystical energy before levitating him helplessly and unleashing a devastating beam of pure power directly from his faceplate. Next, we have the master of magnetism, Magneto. His reveal is pure, elegant power. He floats down, surrounded by a whirlwind of twisted metal, his iconic helmet concealing his expression. The trailer showcases him in another classic matchup, facing off against the weather goddess, Storm. While Storm unleashes torrents of wind and lightning, Magneto is shown effortlessly ripping chunks of the metal stage up to form a shield. His fighting style is all about environmental control and long-range pressure, and his assist has him magnetically yanking the opponents out of the air. It looks like his whole kit will focus on area control, and his combos look devastating. Playing against Magneto will feel like fighting the entire stage at once. Then, there's the Agent of Chaos, the Green Goblin. Norman Osborn's appearance in the trailer is pure, unadulterated mania. While Doom is regal and Magneto is controlled, Goblin is a cackling whirlwind of destruction on his Goblin glider. The trailer shows him terrorizing his arch-nemesis, Spider-Man, in a brand new stage, New York Night. As Spidey web zips through the darkened skyscrapers, Goblin dominates the air, dropping pumpkin bombs from above, and his glider. His assist is a quick strafing run on his glider, dropping a bomb to disrupt the opponent. And in a fun little detail, if you look closely in the background, you can see She-Hulk trying to hail a taxi, completely unfazed. His gameplay is all about high mobility, aerial disruption, designed to totally break your rhythm. And finally, we have the living embodiment of Carnage itself, Cletus Cassidy. When Carnage appears, the entire tone shifts. He's a force of nature, a whirlwind of claws, teeth, and living biomass. The trailer shows him in a brutal brawl with Spider-Man. His symbiote nature means his normal attacks have incredible range, and his assist is a far-reaching tendril strike across the screen, fam. The trailer also highlights a terrifying new mechanic. Some of Carnage's tendrils attacks seem to have infested Spider-Man, causing him to take damage even while blocking. And those bombs from those tendrils, fam. His cinematic super against Spidey is horrifying. He unleashes a bloodbath of tendrils, some of which even have screeching heads on them. To cap it all off, the trailer ends this section with a new Assemble Super, showing all 4 Knights of Doom on screen at once. Doom traps the opponent in the magical prison. Magneto crushes them with a car. Holy fuck, fam. Even in one of his target combos has him show throwing a army truck. That is pure boss. Yes. Green Goblin bombards them with a hail of pumpkin bombs, and Carnage lurches in to deliver the final savage blow, even before morphing a massive Carnage shark from his own biomass to swallow the web slinger whole. The Knights of Doom just look incredible, with their target combos, assists, and overall synergy on full display. Guys, really quick, if you're as hyped for this game as I am, and you're enjoying this breakdown, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. Also, if you're new here, consider subscribing to GeekGhostGamerTop and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any future Marvel Tokon news, breakdowns, or theories. We're going to be covering this game from top to bottom. Alright, let's get back to it. But that's what the developers want you to focus on. They presented this perfectly balanced, incredibly hyped team of villains, and everyone in the community is talking about them. But they hit the real story, the next story, at the very end. After the final gameplay showcase, for just a second, there's silence, and then a flicker. A single mysterious flame ignites, completely engulfing the title card. It's not the bright, explosive fire of the Human Torch. It's darker, angrier. It looks alive. It burns for a few seconds, accompanied by the faint sound of a roaring engine. And then it's gone. That's it. That's the secret. That flame wasn't a random visual flourish. It was a clue. After breaking it down frame by frame, I am convinced this flame is teasing the leader of the next team, the all-new Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. The evidence is undeniable. First, the flame itself is a hellish, supernatural fire, pointing to a spirit of vengeance. But the sound is the real key. It's not a motorcycle, it's the guttural growl of a classic muscle car. That sound belongs to Robbie Reyes and his Hell Charger, a 1969 Dodge Charger RT. Unlike other Ghost Riders, Robbie's identity is tied to his demonic car. This brings us to the Knights of Doom. This isn't just a random assortment of villains. This is a calculated alliance, and it's likely the core of the game's rumored 10-hour-long episode mode. Each member has a distinct motivation for joining Doom's crusade. For Dr. Doom, it's his lifelong obsession with freeing his mother Cynthia's soul from the demon Mephisto, the what-if situation. For Magneto, Doom has likely promised him the ultimate prize, a world remade, free from human oppression, where mutants finally can rule. And what about the Agents of Chaos, Green Goblin and Carnage? They are the instruments of destruction. Doom has simply pointed them at a target and promised them an endless playground for their mania and bloodlust. An alliance this powerful with motivations this deep can't be stopped by a single hero. This has to be the setup for a rival team, and fighting games thrive on symmetry. A 4-man hero team needs to rise against Doom's 4-man army. So, the question is, who would be on Robbie Reyes' team? First, the possibilities for Green Goblin and Carnage on the enemy roster could be Deadpool and Venom, and Daredevil and Luke Cage. They could be wild additions to the game, with Spidey already confirmed leading a team and also being terrorized in their gameplay reveals. The above other characters' inclusions would provide a direct, personal encounter to half of Doom's forces. Next, Doom's quest to invade a hell dimension to free his mother's soul will undoubtedly require a supernatural response. This makes Blade a perfect candidate. As a master vampire hunter, he operates in the shadows and confronts monstrous threats. He would be the perfect street-level specialist to combat the dark forces Doom is about to unleash. But to truly counter a threat led by Dr. Doom, you need a magical heavyweight. That brings us to the biggest possibility, the Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff is one of the most powerful magic users on the planet, capable of altering reality itself. Her chaos magic would be a direct and unpredictable foil to Doom's calculated mastery of science and sorcery. It creates a magical arms race at the heart of the conflict. Given their complex history, a confrontation between Wanda and Victor Von Doom would be incredibly personal and raise the stakes to a cosmic level. So, the team is set. Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Deadpool, Luke Cage, Blade, and Scarlet Witch. It all fits. The visual and audio cues for Robbie, the narrative link to Doom's ambitions, and the perfect thematic and gameplay symmetry. The developers didn't just add a flame effect, they laid the groundwork for the game's first epic conflict. So there you have it. After breaking down the reveal of the Knights of Doom, Dr. Doom, Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage, the evidence hidden at the end of the trailer points directly to Robbie Reyes, the all-new Ghost Rider, as the final DLC character and the leader of the next major faction in Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls. This isn't just a new character, it's the setup for the entire first chapter of the game's story. A war between Doom's calculated conquest and Robbie's supernatural vengeance is coming. But that's my theory. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Or is the evidence too strong to ignore? Did you spot any other clues in the trailer that I might have missed? Who do you think would be on Robbie Reyes' team? Let me know all your thoughts, theories, and hype down in the comments below. I want to hear what the community thinks about this. If you enjoyed this massive breakdown in theory, please make sure to crush that like button, subscribe for more in-depth Marvel Tokon content, and ring that notification bell so you are the first to know when a new video drops. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and when Marvel Tokon finally drops on August 6th, well, go have some fun and play Marvel Tokon. I'll see you in the next one. Danko!